Hey folks, how you doing today? Pete here, Rancho Coyote. Today we're doing some work on the 73 FJ40 and came across a situation where we have some stripped out threads on the carburetor hold down holes on the intake manifold. So I'm going to do a quick little review or tutorial, if you will, on how to repair those with a thread repair kit, also known as a Helicoil. All right, so here we go. All right, so starting from basics, what is a helicoil? A helicoil is a brand name of a thread insert that restores your threaded hole to the original size. Yeah. Unless you need to go oversize. In this case, we're going back to the original size. And we've got a metric 8mm by a 1.25 thread pitch. And that means 1.25 threads per millimeter. So the process is first you drill the hole. They give you a drill bit that's the proper size for this insert. You drill the hole, then you use a special tap that matches the outside threads of the helicoil, or the threaded insert matches the outside threads of that. So you rethread the hole with that. Then you insert the insert with this nifty little tool. It's got a notch right there that catches that little pin like that. We put that in, screw that in with some Loctite until it's flush or just a little below flush. And then we snap that pin off with the little pin snapping tool. And there you have a brand new thread back to the original. All right. So we will take you step by step through that process. So do as I say, not as I do. Ideally, you would want to jig this up in a drill press and get it like perfectly square and plumb with the drill bit, and then drill this right down the center with the drill press. But if you're a risk taker like me and done this quite a few times, you can drill it by hand, and you can kind of tell when you're following the original hole. And just need to get a nice clean hole right through there with the drill bit. All right, so to tap the hole, you need to have something to turn this with, and you got a couple of choices. You got this guy. It's got a little notched vice clamp in there. Line that up. Like so. And just start tapping away. So that tool comes in one of these kits. The other option is to use one of these. This goes in there, and this has 4 jaw vise on it, and this will slip in there. And these are usually designed to hold a couple of sizes, just like a step down. So way out here is at the end of the jaws would be a large square drive. And usually, well, most of these, I haven't tried this one yet. Yeah, they'll be able to accept down and farther engages a smaller set of jaws, and you can use that. So this allows you to get into tighter quarters. You can actually put a socket extension in here or a ratchet, and do it in tight quarters. So we'll start with this one, see how it goes. This is some cutting fluid for tapping. This is for aluminum. Don't need much. Now this is where you want to try and stay perfectly perpendicular to that hole. Now the starting end of these taps has a tapered off thread to get you started. So the first 5, maybe 6 threads are tapered to get it started centered in the hole. And once you start engaging these end threads here, it's a good idea to do the little backup. Just do about a 1/4 of a turn and then back it up a 1/4 of a turn. And then go another 1/4 to a 1/2 a turn and then back it up. That clears the flutes and the cuttings down in there. Keeps you from getting some galling and messing up your new threads. You always want to do that and back up. Cut, back up and clear. Cut, back up and clear. Cut, and so on. Now these 2 holes go all the way through into this area in here, so I can tap this all the way through. These 2 holes back here, I'm gonna do a good inspection on them. I don't know, they're not that bad. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna helicoil those. Once you're all the way through, you can tell that the cutting is pretty much finished. Now you can unwind this. I kind of like to take the tool off and unwind this by hand. That way you don't have all this torque up here, like putting pressure on the threads and possibly messing them up as you pull the tool out. You experienced machinists that are watching this, feel free to chime in the comments and let me know everything I'm doing wrong. I learned this about 45, 50 years ago, probably close to 50 years ago. When I was 15, 16, working in a gas station doing car repairs. And then I learned it in aircraft maintenance school. I was an aircraft mechanic or a crew chief in the Air Force, and then I went to airframe and power plant school after that. So I may have picked up some bad habits along the way or forgotten something, and this is all a learning experience for everybody, so I don't mind people chiming in if there's a better way, or maybe I can learn something. You never know. Okay, that one's all the way through. Once it feels like it's finger tight, I'll take this guy off and unscrew it by hand. Alright, so before we start putting in these helicoil inserts, we want to get these holes nice and clean. Get rid of all that the cutting oil that was on there. So this is a good thing. Some of this regular old carb choke cleaner, any brand will work. They're all pretty much the same. You get those all clean. And my compressor is kind of tied up on another project right now, so I don't have compressed air, but I do have one of these computer duster things, and that works good for a little job like this. Just want to make sure there's no chips left in there and that there's no oil left on that. We want our Loctite to have a nice, perfectly clean surface to grab onto. So we're using the red Loctite. All it takes is a drip. That's even a little too much. Yeah, make sure you get this at least absolutely flush, if not a thread or a half a thread deeper than flush. You don't want any of that steel insert sticking up above the surface. Alright, moment of truth here. I haven't taken the little clip off the bottom yet. That's what it looks like so far. Time to take that clip out. So to take the clip out, you've got this little, it's just a punch. It's a flat end steel punch. It's about the exact diameter of that hole. And these things are, I don't know if you can see it here. So there's a notch right there in this end piece. And when you come in from the other side with your punch and just give it a little tap or two, it snaps off right there at that little notch. Let's see how it goes. Okay. But there's the little clip off the end of that. Let's see if we get as lucky on this other one. Yep. There it is. Okay, well there you go. If you've never seen helicoil done, you just got to see a couple done. Pretty easy system. Just a few little things you gotta be watching out for, and other than that, you should be able to pull it off if you've never done it before. So, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. On to the next project. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.